Alright, so OpenClaw is right now one of the strongest AI tools that I have ever used, and I got to this quite late because I thought that this was another hype and I did not have to use it. But after using it since the past 10 days, I have to say that this is like the strongest AI tool out there as of now. And if you use it right, you can literally automate your entire life. It has already started saving me a lot of time every single day thanks to these 5 OpenClaw use cases that I'm going to show you today. Now, before we proceed, I have seen a lot of people who spend a lot of time, going through Twitter or YouTube and collecting use cases of everyone out there, and then they try to implement each and everything, but that lead to them being even more inefficient because they spend like 3 hours setting up the automation and then they later on realize that they don't even use it that much. So while you are watching this video, I want you to make sure that you ask yourself this question, that if this is something that you even want to use in your own life, or if you want to maybe update my use case for something that you might use and then update it and only then use it. So I hope everything makes sense. So let's get into the video. Okay, so use case number 1, the first use case has to be meeting prep automation. So I have multiple meetings a day, and these could be for my sponsors, my clients, my internal team meetings and consulting, and that used to take a lot of time away from me because I used to spend like 1 to 2 hours every single day preparing for them, and it was just too much for me. So now I have a use case set up where my agent Wally takes care of this for me. So how it works is, it checks my Google Calendar every morning, so it is able to fetch all of the meetings that I have for that particular day. It pulls past context from memory layers. So right now I use Telegram for talking to my agent, and that is the only LLM that I am currently talking to. I don't use ChatGPT, I don't use Claude anymore. So my agent has all of the context because we have this layer inside OpenClaw, which is called the memory layer, which is continuously updated with everything that you talk about with your agent. So it has everything. So let's say I have been talking about a sponsor with my agent Wally, or maybe some client that we have been working for. So it knows everything about them and it keeps on storing those memories inside the memory layer. So the first thing that it does is it pulls past context from memory layer. Now, if it isn't available inside the memory layer, and let's say I have a call with a sponsor of a company that I don't know much about, so it is going to research these companies using the Perplexity Sonar Pro API. So there is a great model from Perplexity which gives you great results from the internet. So it will take all of the context from the meeting and it is then going to search the internet. And for this, I use Perplexity Sonar Pro inside OpenRouter. So it does that, and after that it compiles the prep summary automatically and sends everything to my Telegram before I even wake up. So this automation has saved me a lot of time, and like I said, I used to spend like 1 to 2 hours every single day, and now this is entirely automated. I even have a dashboard. You would have seen my Twitter if you follow me. Let me show you how exactly it looks like. So as you can see, this is the dashboard that I have created for all of my employees that I have inside OpenClaw, because it is now just much easier for me to, see what they are exactly doing. So if you go into meetings, you will be able to see that how it works. So for example, on 24th, these are all of the meetings that we had. And right now I have, anonymized all of the sensitive data because I don't want you guys to see my meetings. And also currently this is not complete. I'm already working on it. But yes, the Telegram brief part is done. But later on, I'll be able to use this dashboard to manage all of my meetings. So if I go to the past meetings, if I go on the current day, I'll be able to see all of my meetings, the upcoming calls. For example, inside the past meeting, what was the AI summary and so on. So this is a great use case, and I would highly recommend it for you to use if you also have multiple calls every single day. Now, if you want the prompt, this is something that you can do. So as you can see, every morning, check my Google Calendar and list all my meetings for today. For each meeting, search your shared memory to find past conversations or notes about this person or company. Then research the company online using Perplexity Sonar Pro and gather recent news and context. Create a short meeting prep summary with key insights and send it to my Telegram before the day starts. So this is the prompt that you can put inside OpenClaw, and your agent will then just guide you throughout the entire process. Make sure that you are using a smarter model like Opus 4.6 or Sonnet 4.6, and it should be quite easy to build it out. Okay, so let's get into use case number 2. So this is the personalized morning brief. So this is something that almost everyone does because it is just so cool to have something, have in your Telegram before you even wake up. So this is how it looks like. Let me show you. So it runs daily at 6:30 a.m. via cron. So if you don't know what a cron job is, so basically this is an automation via which you can run your processes at particular times that you can define beforehand. So let's say every morning 6:30 a.m. I want the same personalized morning brief automation to run. So it will run every single day at 6:30. If you don't know how to set it up, just ask your agent and it will do it for you. It then pulls calendar, weather, news and trends. But yes, this news part is really, really important because it knows what my exact niche is, what my goals are. So on the basis of that, it gets me all of the news. So let's say if Anthropic came up with the model while I was sleeping, it will tell me that. So this news is very, very personalized, and it also gets me all of the trends tweets that are currently trending on Twitter or Reddit and so on. So this is like really important for me as a content creator because I have to stay up to date on everything. It filters everything based on my goals. So yes, when I set up OpenClaw, and I also suggest that you do the same, you have to share everything that you want to achieve, the North Star metric that you are going towards, and it then filters everything based on my goals. So like the Anthropic news is quite important for me because I am a content creator in this particular niche and so on. After that, it sends me one short prioritized Telegram update of around 150-200 characters so that I can have everything at the same place, and that replaces me checking 4 to 5 apps manually. Because before, what used to happen is I used to wake up, I used to scroll on Reddit and then Twitter, and that used to overwhelm me first thing in the morning. That used to be so much. But now whenever I sit on my desk, I just open up Telegram and it has all of the data for me along with the sources, so that I could just click on the link and get to the relevant tweet or the subreddit post, etc. So this has been a game changer, and I would highly recommend that you create a personalized morning brief for yourself. As you can see, this is the prompt. Feel free to read through it and just, like I said before, copy paste it inside your agent and it will be able to take care of it. Now the next thing is the Todoist memory layer plus the task processor. This is also an amazing use case that I have been using. So it connects directly to my Todoist API. So Todoist is the to-do list app that I use, and I add all of my tasks there only, and I have been using it since the past 2-3 years. It is amazing and it is also free, so you can definitely use it. So it connects directly to it via the API. It shows tasks with searchable context. So let's say I put in a task like I want to read this particular article on Twitter, or maybe I want to watch this particular YouTube video. So it is smart enough to see that what all tasks can it do for me, and then it takes care of them. And as you can see, it also stores this task with the searchable context, so that later on if I search something around it, so let's say I shared an article around OpenClaw use cases, and then later on I talk about what are some of the OpenClaw use cases that I can add, it will go ahead and it will refer to that article only because it saves it. It processes or read or watch tasks automatically. So let's say I have a YouTube video, it can also take care of that on my behalf. It can literally go ahead, watch the entire video for me and give me insights or answer my questions and so on. It summarizes content and marks tasks as complete so that I know that these tasks were done by my agent, and turns Todoist into a working second brain. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I already have some of my tasks done, so that is great. And also we have heartbeats inside OpenClaw, right? So I have configured it in such a way that with every heartbeat, it will go ahead and it will go and check out my Todoist. So if there are any tasks that it hasn't done, or if there are any newly added tasks, and then it will make an informed decision whether it can even take care of the task, and then it will just complete for me. So this is quite cool and super simple to set up. Just take this prompt, put it inside, and it will guide you through the entire process. I mean, I was able to set it up in like 2 minutes. So pretty cool. Now, use case number 4 is something that has really changed my life. And this is one of the best use cases that I have built. And this is something that I use every single day, and it's like insane. So I have built a 5-agent content team inside OpenClaw. So agent 1 tracks viral content velocity. So let me explain what exactly I did. So every day, researching content, then converting it into tweet, and then a thread, and then repurposing the same content into a YouTube video, or maybe a video for my community, or then an Instagram script. That used to take a lot of time. And I had to hire few people in the beginning too, and they did not do a great job. So I had to do everything myself, but that used to take a lot of time in my entire day. And this use case has helped me, automate this entire thing. So in the beginning, I just told OpenClaw that this is what I go through every single day. So it was able to set up this entire automation for me. And later on, I realized that it used to, forget about things. So that is when I realized that why don't I just ask it to, create multiple employees, and then Wally, that is my main agent, that will take care of all of these employees. So I don't care what they are doing behind the scenes. Wally will be my, point of contact. And every single day, whenever I ask him a question, he will take care of it. And I don't have to talk to any other of my employees. So that is what I set up. So inside this automation, agent 1 tracks viral content velocity. So this scrapes Twitter as well as YouTube. I've already given it a list of creators in my niche that are doing very well and like the biggest authority in this space. It goes through their content. It rates their content, on the basis of the views per hour and so on, and then it scrapes everything and then it brings it inside my dashboard. As you can see, this is the mission control dashboard, which I am currently migrating to inside the lovable dashboard that I showed you before. Then agent number 2 drafts in my writing style. So once agent number 1 is done with its job, agent number 2 is smart enough for it to automatically understand that okay, all of the data has been scraped now, and now it's its job, and it then just drafts the content in my writing style and tone, which is like pretty cool. So it will create a thread and tweets, and then agent number 3 is responsible for repurposing them into multiple formats. So it will take that thread and it will make sure that it repurposes that thread into my, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. So this is the job of agent number 3. Agent number 4 humanizes AI output because it is very important that I don't have any M dash, my tweets don't sound like AI, and so on. And agent number 5 reviews and delivers the final version. So it is just a review agent which makes sure that everything is in my writing style and tone and everything is accurate. This takes care of that. Now, one thing that I forgot to tell you is once agent number 1, gets all of the videos, I am responsible for that, and my agent Wally sends me a text on Telegram, and I can just go ahead and let's say I'm interested in a particular video. I open it, I watch it entirely, I understand it, I take my own notes, and then I, update it into my own use case. So maybe so that that video is original to me, and only then I put that back inside, Wally, and then agent 2 comes in. So that is very important you do, else your content will be the exact copy of someone else's content. So that is very important part that I forgot to share. So that is something that I always do. And also you have to make sure that it is in your own writing style and tone. So in the beginning, what I did is I gave my agent Wally, the content from the past 3 weeks. So if you go inside Twitter, you will be able to get that. And I asked it to train itself. So now we have this Prajwal's voice.md file inside OpenClaw, which it refers to all the time. And that is why all of my content sounds exactly like me. And this is insane. So like I said, this is like my most favorite use case, and this has saved me so much time. I mean, every single day I used to spend like 2 to 3 hours, just scrolling on Twitter and YouTube. Now this has saved me a lot of time. Now, if you want to set up something similar, honestly, it was not that easy and it took me like a day or 2 in order to set it up. So if you want, just let me know. I'll do a dedicated video on this. But if you are a content creator or if you want to get into creating content, this is going to be a game changer for you. So just let me know and I'll do a dedicated video. Okay, so let's get into use case number 5. This is also pretty cool. So this is email inbox management. So I use agent mail to provide an agentic inbox, which is recommended over direct Gmail API access to avoid spam detection. So right now my agent Wally has an email of its own. So instead of giving it access to my Gmail, which is not secure at all, and like I said, Google can mark you as spam, it is always better that you use agent mail. So this is a website that lets you or agents have an email. So I use this service and I was able to create an email from my agent via this. The flow works best using a webhook trigger to send email content to OpenClaw. So how this entire inbox management works is whenever I get an email, that email triggers a webhook and that is sent directly to my agent inbox where it is able to analyze it and see the email and stuff. So as you can see, incoming email triggers a webhook, and then my agent categorizes the emails inside Notion. So inside Notion, I have this file called leads. So it just goes there and is able to categorize these emails. Now these emails are from multiple type of people like my current clients, new client inquiries, sponsorships, consultings, etc. So it is able to take care of categorizing all of these emails inside Notion. And then if it is a sponsor email, I have asked you to research these emails deeply. So just like use case number 1, it uses Perplexity Sonar Pro via Open Router to go through the internet, research everything about the company, and via this I have all the context that I need to know around that company so that I could reply to them in a better way. So it also picks up for me if they have recently raised funding and so on, so that I can take an informed decision if it is a better fit for me, if I even want to work with them, if it is a good fit, and so on. So it takes care all of that and then sends me a full context summary to my Telegram, and it removes manual inbox management for me and just go to my dashboard inside Lovable and then just look at whatever it has done. So this is also a great use case that you can replicate. Now if you don't have sponsors, let's say you work at a 9 to 5 and you have an email from your boss, etc., you can update this use case to match your own style. So let me show you the prompt that you can use. So you just have to tell OpenClaw, I want you to get your own email via agent mail. Here is a documentation that you could refer to, and that is it. I mean, it will analyze the entire documentation and it will then give you the next steps like sign up onto it, then provide the API key, and it will take care of everything. It will even get its own email inbox like that. It will take like a minute or 2. Now, in order to set up this automation, this is the prompt that I used, and you can update this prompt for your own use case. So let me show you. Now, please set up an automation so that whenever I get an email on Gmail, a webhook gets triggered and you are able to get that email inside your own inbox. Then I want you to categorize these emails inside Notion into different categories. You can just drop the categories here. Could be anything for your own use case. And if it's a sponsor, I want to research the company using Perplexity Sonar Research Pro via Open Router and sell full context summary to Telegram. So pretty much it, and it will just guide you through the entire process and you will be able to set it up. Now, having an inbox for our own agent is great because in the future, if I want, I can, even make it respond to the people as my personal assistant. So it is a cool addition to my entire workflow. Maybe I'll do it. I'll let you know if I do that. But yeah, I'll highly suggest that if you want to do any kind of email inbox management, do get, an email for an agent. It is free. I was able to set it up for free. So that is pretty cool. So yes, guys, I mean pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.